Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into some material all about one really key part of English, the simple past tense.
Yeah, it's essential.
It really is. I mean, this isn't just grammar for grammar's sake, right?
Yeah.
It's about unlocking that ability to, tell a good story.
Exactly. To share what happened, what you did yesterday, last week. It's how you connect with people about shared experiences.
Totally. So that's our mission today. We want to look at how the sources explain this because, well, if you can't talk about the past, you're kind of stuck, conversationally speaking.
You really are. And the simple past, it's interesting because it's not just one rule. It's like three different little systems working together.
Okay, let's unpack that. Our sources seem to start right at the beginning, not with actions, but with, states of being or location.
Mm-hmm. Before you talk about what you did, you often need to say where you were or how you were feeling.
Ah, okay. And that brings us straight to that unique verb, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To be.
The most irregular of them all, you could say. It changes completely in the past. Right. It's not be ed or anything logical like that.
No, not at all. It's a classic example of what linguists call suppletion. Basically, the past forms was and were got borrowed from totally different old verbs.
Okay, so that explains why it's so weird. Let's break it down. We use was when.
Was is for singular subjects, so I, he, she, it.
Gotcha. So if today I am happy.
Yesterday I was happy.
No.
Or today the weather is sunny.
Yesterday the weather was cloudy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I was at home. The food was good. Singular things.
Exactly. Was handles all those singular states or locations in the past. Like, the film was interesting or he was late.
Okay. And then were. That must be the other side of the coin.
That's right. If are is the present form.
Then were, W-E-R-E, is the past.
Yep. For plural subjects, we, they, and also, importantly, for you.
You always acts like a plural, doesn't it? Even if it's just one person.
It does in this case. So today we are happy becomes yesterday we were happy.
Or you were here yesterday. Many people were outside.
Precisely. So was and were, they set the scene, the state, the location. I was tired. You were at the cinema. That's the foundation.
Okay, foundation laid, stage set. Now we need some action, right? What do people do?
Exactly. Moving from states to actions. And this is where, well, for a lot of verbs, English gets surprisingly straightforward.
This is the bit learners often like, I think. The regular verbs.
The easy path. There's a really common, reliable rule here.
Which is?
For most action verbs to talk about the past, you just add BAD to the end.
Simple as that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the main rule for regular verbs.
Okay, so let's see. Our sources give examples like walk.
Becomes walked. I walked to the cafe yesterday. Talked. I talked to my friend.
Watch.
I watched a movie.
Laugh.
Laughed. I laughed a lot. See the pattern?
Yeah, it's just stick an ED on the end. What other?
Oh, loads. Cooked, cleaned, played, listened, waited, ordered, liked. It covers a huge number of verbs. It becomes automatic with a bit of practice.
Okay, but hang on. Adding ED is simple for spelling, but I know from, listening that it doesn't always sound the same. Walked doesn't sound like played.
Ah, excellent point. You're right. This is where it gets a little more subtle, and it's key for sounding natural. The spelling is ED, but the pronunciation, that changes.
How so?
There are actually 3 different ways to pronounce that EDD ending. It depends on the last sound of the base verb.
Okay, 3 sounds. Let's break them down. What's the first one?
The first is a crisp T sound, like in cat. This happens when the verb ends in a voiceless sound. P, K, S, S, H, C, H, F. Sounds where your vocal cords don't vibrate.
Okay, so walk ends in a K sound.
So it's walked.
Walked. Laugh ends in an F sound.
So it's laughed, laughed.
Watch ends in T.
Watched, walked.
Right.
That's sharp T.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the second sound?
The second is a D sound, like a old dog. This happens after voice sounds where your vocal cords do vibrate, like L, V, N, M, B, G, and also any vowel sound.
Right, so play ends in a vowel sound.
So it's played, plead.
Clean ends in N, which is voiced.
So cleaned. Quarter ends in R.
Ordered turned. That D sound is softer than the T.
Got it. T after voiceless, D after voiced. What's the third one? You said 3.
The third one adds a whole extra syllable. It's an aid sound, like in wanted or needed.
Ah, okay. When does that happen?
This one's easy to remember. It only happens if the base verb already ends in a T or a D sound.
Ah, because you can't easily say want tea or need.
Exactly. You need a little extra vowel sound in there.
Yeah.
So want becomes wanted maned.
Need becomes needed, needed. Wait becomes waited, we dead.
Precisely. That little aid sound. So those three pronunciations, T, da, A, D, that's the key to making regular past tense verbs sound right, not just spelled right.
That's actually really helpful context. So we've got the states with was and were. We've got most actions with the ED rule, keeping those three sounds in mind. But English is never that simple, is it? Well, no. There's always a twist, isn't there?
This brings us to the third system, the irregular verbs, the rebels, the ones that don't follow the AD rule.
Exactly. And while it's a smaller group than the regulars, it contains, well, probably the most common verbs we use every single day.
So we can't ignore them. Okay, let's treat it like a puzzle. The sources list the really crucial ones we need for just, talking about our day.
Let's start with some basics. Movement, eating, drinking. Okay, first up, go. You definitely don't say goed. Nope.
Yeah.
It changes completely to, I went to the beach, she went home.
Total change. Okay. What about eat? Changes its vowel sound. Ate. A-T-E. I ate a sandwich.
And drink. Similar change.
Yep. I drank some water.
Okay, goent, eat, ate, drink, drank. Got it. What about seeing things? See? Another vowel change. Saw. S-A-W. I saw a funny movie. And having things must be irregular. It's so common.
Yeah, it is. It becomes had. I had a busy day. We had fun.
These are really core words. What about taking things or buying things?
Take becomes took. I took lots of photos. And buy becomes bought.
B-O-U-G-H-T. That spelling trips people up sometimes.
It does, but it's essential. I bought a book. Okay, a few more daily ones. Yeah, let's keep going. Sing, vowel change again. Sang, we sang happy birthday. Like waking up.
Becomes woke. I woke up early.
Then come.
Becomes came. My friend came over.
Okay, that's a good list. Went, ate, drank, saw, had, took, bought, sang, woke, came. Any others that are super important or tricky? Yes, the really tricky one. Read. Wait, read. Isn't that regular? R-E-A-D?
The spelling doesn't change. R-E-A-D in the present. R-E-A-D in the past.
So what's irregular?
The pronunciation. In the present, it's reseized like read. In the past,
yeah,
it's pronounced red, exactly like the color red.
Ah, okay, that is tricky. So I like to read Red's books.
But yesterday, I read a whole chapter. If you hear read, you know it's past tense.
That's a huge clue just from the sound. Wow. Okay, So mastering that core list, go in, eat, ate, seesaw, have had, drink, drank, take, tick, buy, bought, come, came, and the read, read pronunciation, that's vital.
Absolutely vital. You can't really tell a story about your day without using most of those. They're worth the effort to memorize because you use them all the time.
Right. Which brings us nicely to the final bit, I think. Putting it all together, how do these three things, the wasser, the regular ED verbs, and these irregulars actually blend together when people talk?
Yeah, because nobody speaks using only one type, right?
Yeah.
You naturally weave them together to tell a story, to sequence events that are finished. Let's look at those examples from the source material.
Okay, first one was a trip to the city. Let's listen for the mix. Last weekend was great.
Okay, state of being sets the scene.
I went to the city with my friend.
Went, irregular key action.
We walked around and looked at shops.
Walked and looked. Both regular, both ending in that sound OCL thal. Background activities.
I saw a nice shirt.
Saw. Irregular, specific event.
After the shops, we were hungry.
Were? State again, plural subject, we.
So I ate a big pizza and I drank a lemonade.
Ate, drank, both irregulars. Core actions.
My friend had pasta.
Had. Another key irregular. See how they all just flow together?
Yeah, it's a constant mix. You need all three types to make the story work. The irregulars often seem to drive the main plot points, while the regulars fill in the details.
That's a good way to put it. Let's try the second story, the countryside holiday one. It had a slightly different feel.
Okay. The hotel is very nice.
Was setting the state.
We walked in the hills.
Walked. Regular sheep sound.
We saw many sheep.
Saw.
Irregular.
We ate local cheese and drank fresh juice.
Drank. Irregulars again. Specific, enjoyable moments.
In the evenings, we read our books.
Ah, there it is. Read, read. Irregular pronunciation.
And listened to the quiet sounds. Listened, regular. Ends in N, which is voiced, so it gets the D sound. Less end. It really shows that natural conversation just blends them constantly. You can't really communicate effectively about past events without command of all three parts.
Exactly. That's the synthesis. It's not about consciously choosing, okay, now I need an irregular verb. It's about having them ready so the story flows. Think about describing your morning.
Okay, let's try. I woke up.
I listened to the radio.
Regular D sound.
Ate the coffee. Irregular.
I walked to the station.
Regular D sound.
And I took the train.
Irregular. See, you used all three systems in one short sequence. That's natural storytelling.
Right. So let's quickly recap the main tools we've gathered from this deep dive. Okay, first you've got your scene setters, was and were. For past states and locations, remember they're totally different because of that historical borrowing, that suppletion. Second, the workhorse, the regular ED rule. But crucially, remember the three pronunciations for fluency. T after voiceless sounds, D after voiced sounds.
And that extra syllable, aid, only if the verb already ends in a T or D sound.
And third, that essential list of irregular verbs.
Yeah.
The ones that change completely, often with a vowel shift. Go and eat ate, seesaw, have had, drink drank, take took, buy bought, come came, and that tricky redread.
Those are your building blocks. And really the most important takeaway is just to try using them.
Yeah, don't worry too much about perfection at first. Just exactly. Talk about your day, tell a simple story. Mistakes are fine. That's honestly the only way these patterns move from, conscious rules in your head to just flowing naturally. So for you listening, the past tense is really your key to sharing your life, your experiences. And since we know that many irregular verbs change their vowels, sound like sing, sang, drink, drank, here's something to think about. What other really common verbs, ones we didn't list today, do you use all the time? Maybe something like sleep or stand.
Do you think those might also be irregular? And if so, could they follow a similar vowel change pattern? That's a little puzzle for you to explore as you keep practicing telling your own stories.